What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Sunday afternoon, about to watch the game. And as I reported previously on Friday, Aaron has been released. I've not really had any real conversation with him. I just welcomed him back, which he said thanks, and that's about the gist of it there. Like I said, I've not been in contact with him for the 9 months that he's been gone. Was not on his mailing list, so any information in regards to discussions, I would need to refer you over to Dave Palumbo. He was on his mailing list. I never applied for it or anything like that. But in any event, some people had asked me about how Aaron is going to clean up Redcon1 as far as its state right now. And I'm going to be honest with you here. It is true that Aaron probably is going to need to do some housekeeping with Redcon1 in terms of just tightening up the business, especially with the recession is concerned. But I think people are also under the misconception that Redcon1 is going bankrupt, which is simply not true. It's just that there was an attempt to force the company into Chapter 7, which other companies can do if there's a debt that's actually owed. A judge has already dismissed it there. As far as how much money is actually coming in, it's a corporation there. So at any point in time, they're required to report how much revenue is actually coming in. Now, the revenue from and I use a site in order to check it, according to the 2021 revenue that came in, it was around $34 million. There's no telling what's going to be for this year because this year is not quite over with yet. But I would expect a similar amount being in place there. Now, you have to remember, folks, this is revenue. This has nothing to do with profit. So you have to take into account how much money was spent producing the products. You also have to take into account the salaries of the people that he's paying. Then you have marketing, then you have advertising and stuff like that. That all accounts into that $34 million in annual revenue there. So with that being said, if there's more money, if it took more money to bring in that annual revenue, then that's where I would say that there would need to be some house cleaning that simply needs to be taking place. But, I still see Redcon1 products in most stores. I don't think there's really been any change there. If I wanted to make a specific suggestion as far as the company is concerned, they need to focus more on energy drinks because that right now that's the big thing is energy drinks. People want on-the-go energy. It seems as though it's beginning to peak. I mean, you go into a grocery store and they have tons and tons of energy drinks. Even more variety than they had in the past there, So that would be the only thing I would suggest. They already have a line of energy drinks called Vice City, but I would probably just do even more marketing on those energy drinks because it seems as though they're a big seller. But I'm sure the thing about it is Aaron needs to really spend time with his family, which is what I would probably recommend him doing, which, that's not really a recommendation. He's going to do it already, whether I suggest it or anyone else suggests it or not. But as far as the status of Redcon1, he definitely needs to do some housekeeping. But folks, the company is not going bankrupt there or anything like that. It's just that someone tried to force him into bankruptcy, and simply put, it didn't work. But, this year hasn't ended yet. We don't know what the annual revenue is as of yet. And we don't have an estimate as far as to what the future revenue is present. But based upon all the information that I have right now, the company is still churning there. The YouTube site isn't and going by YouTube views and stuff like that, that's not an indication as far as to whether a company's successful or not. Remember, most of the videos that were popular up there was when Aaron was actually doing the videos on YouTube. And since he's been in the clink for like 9 months there, all of his videos they were removed, and we just have general advertisements. But you won't notice any impacts for at least a week or two because, it's, for a large company like that, it's going to take a while to evaluate. But again, just business as usual, I guess. So that's all I got to say on this subject right now. Like and subscribe to the Vince Goodrum channel. Click the link below. Also visit vincegoodrum.com. And as always, peace and soul.